Happy birthday, indeed. Oh, I've got a big smile on my face after watching that. United 4-1 winners against Sociedad. They were down to 10 men in the second half. It doesn't really matter. United went into that game with a massive amount of pressure. Media, other people willing United to lose, hoping for the mistakes, going 1-0 down. Great response to come back 1-1 at half-time. Can United build on it? Hell yes, United can build on it. That right there, by some margin, felt like the best glimpse that we've got into what an Amorim system can do. Patrick Dorgu really playing as an aggressive, left-footed, high left wing-back, making a big difference. Everybody playing with confidence. And I tell you what, I will go into the trenches for this man. I will fight his corner against everybody, and I have done. So many United fans as well. Yeah, you can pick apart parts of his game, but you know what I'm going to do? Support him. Fight for him, because I tell you what, he fights for United. Not only one goal there tonight. Penalties galore. I called the red card, by the way. He comes up with the hat-trick. A masterclass from Bruno, I suppose, in providing the big moments that make the difference. And they're United tonight. I don't know how many shots we had. I lost count. I saw Xerxes there. I don't know what that touch was. That looked like Dimitar Berbatov. You remember that one? Woo! Lovely from Xerxes tonight. You saw Mazraoui doing a nutmeg straight after. It felt like tonight at Old Trafford, United played with a little bit of swagger, a little bit of the shackles were off at Old Trafford. And I suppose when you're 2-3-1 up against 10 men, the shackles are off. But that's what you can do, lads. You're better footballers than we have seen. You are a better team than we have seen. And we saw it in the second half. And don't come at me about the fact that they were down to 10 men, man. United have done that before. And United haven't done that in terms of turning it into a victory like that. And Dorgu. Heaven. You're looking at players who are new into this team. You're looking at players that have been brought in by Amorim and by Ineos to fit the system that Amorim wants. And both of those players tonight made a difference. And Dorgu in particular, I thought, made the difference. Not only winning... No, it was overturned, that penalty. Was it? I don't know, there was too many penalties, I've completely forgotten. But Dorgu making a real difference down that left. And if you go back and look at the starting positions and you look at Heaven, De Ligt and Mazraoui in the back three, look how high up Dorgu was. But at the same time, he didn't shirk from his defensive duties and he ran back and he covered and he was... all over the pitch there tonight, I saw semblances of players who understood a system. And I'll tell you what, I'm so glad for Højlund that he got that assist at the end of that game because he, in that match, was trying absolutely everything. He was making himself a pest. I thought he physically used his body a lot better in that game than he has in the previous however many. Still didn't get his goal. And when he spooned that shot, I was like, oh. But he deserved something from that game. And it was a wonderful bit of skill. Cut back, lovely finish from Delo, I think it was, into the roof of the net. Højlund should be happy with his performance. It felt like on 2 or 3 or maybe even 4 occasions, the ball was just like 2 inches away from being perfect for him. And then, of course, he won the penalty, the first penalty. But Xerxes, always defend your players, all right? It doesn't matter if you look like a dumbass online. If somebody clips you up because you're defending a player who's crap, it doesn't matter. Keep supporting your players because that support might make a difference that then helps them come through and start playing like Xerxes playing. Because he is not a striker. Never was, never will be. So much better when he's deeper and actually enabling. And again, just from a technical perspective, he brings a lot into that team. Of course, we need goals, but I'll tell you what, we scored 4 tonight. Yeah, fair enough. There were penalties involved. But Xerxes was fantastic. And I've got to take a minute here to say, this is an 18-year-old lad who in the last couple of months, it's all just kind of gone, the career is not the path that he thought it was going to be. He's now at United. He's made his debut against, who was his debut against? Was it Fulham? It was. His debut was against Fulham in the FA Cup. Came off at half-time against the club that he signed for and was impressive and then gets to make his first full start for United. And it's in Europe. And in that first half, they were all going down that side. He was probably way more involved than he thought he would be. But he looked confident. He didn't look overawed by the occasion, despite the pressures that United are under. Well done, Aiden Heaven. And if that's a glimpse into what certain signings can do into it, because Ruben Amorim tonight could easily have played Victor Lindelof there. And I was hoping that he was going to start Aiden Heaven, but I was worried that he was going to start Lindelof. Had he started Lindelof, that whole left-hand side dynamic would have been very, very different. That's a glimpse, people, into what correct recruitment and doing 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 bits of good recruitment might do to this team in the goodness of a season or two as they gel together. That game was about glimpses. And I tell you what, that cracked me up, first of all. Second of all, Casemiro deserved the sort of standing ovation he got from Old Trafford. Old Trafford was a bit of a cauldron there tonight. Old Trafford was the 12th man. And despite all the crap that we've had this season and just... the fans are still there. And the fans are waiting for performances like that. The fans are waiting to get behind a team. And I tell you, and as I said, Casemiro, in his last 3-4 games, I think now, he's really found a bit of rhythm and really found a bit of form. Well done, man. Of course, I've heavily criticised Casemiro because it felt like he was gone. But there's something still in there. And I tell you what, just on a night where United were under so much pressure, favourites, this is our season, this game. Doesn't matter how many games you've got left in the Premier League. None of them really matter. This is our season. Bruno Fernandes comes up with not 1, not 2, but 3 goals. A hat-trick hero, 2 from the spot. Ridiculously cool from the penalty spot, man. Just looking at the keeper, You're going that way. I'm going the other and roll it across the floor. It's almost taking the piss, really. 3 goals from him tonight. United winning 4-1. And for me, that right there is an Amorim system. Okay, it's against 10 men. It's going to be the caveat. But it was the aggression of the positions of the wing-backs. It was the aggression when we lost the ball. It was the covering of spaces. Sometimes when Casemiro or Bruno was out, Dorgu was running back and covering that space. We had the athletes to cover others when they got caught out of possession. Just as a team, as a collective, we played to the occasion tonight. And as an individual, we had the man to lead us for that. 4-1 winners. I'm pretty sure that Lyon absolutely walloped Steaua Bucharest. I'm pretty sure it's Lyon in the quarterfinals. We've got 6. How many games we got now? Quarterfinals, semi-finals. 5 games left. There's 5 games left. Had to do quick maths. 5 games left this season. But United, 4-1 winners there tonight, and deservedly so. If that's a glimpse of what we can do when you play with a bit of confidence, it's amazing what Old Trafford can do to a player, a United player, when it's not the wrong sorts of pressure. When it instead becomes a sort of a place where you can express yourself, like we were doing towards the end of that game, it feels like the best place in the world. And I'll tell you what, I enjoyed that as a birthday present tonight.